Is my mother a problem or is it me being entitled/silly? I 28/F still live with my mother 57. I have always worked full-time since I left college at 20. I haven't been able to get a place on my own as living in London in the UK is very difficult to afford without being on mega money. I have always given my mother any money she has asked for because I had faith she wouldn't ask if she didn't need it. I have always paid any rent/bills on time without her needing to chase me. If just me and my mother as my brothers moved away very young and my dad left a long time ago. Fast forward to the last 7 months when I finally met a man whom I can actually see a future with. Even though I have been saving money prior to him, I have been trying even harder as of late to prepare for a potential future with him. Recently I went to the doctors due to difficulty breathing and heart palpitations. My doctor told me it was due to stress and I need to take various actions to reduce this. I have always suffered with anxiety and it usually manifests itself into headaches, lethargy and insomnia. I assumed I just had a mental illness and I just had to deal with it. It was then that my boyfriend told me that he thinks my mother is a huge cause of this. Naturally I was quite confused, so I asked him to explain. I don't know any different as my mother has always been like this and I have always assumed it's just normal, but according to him it isn't, so I would really appreciate some unbiased input. My mother has always had a temper. It wasn't uncommon for her to throw things at me and my brothers. Shoes, phones, ceramic plates, even a keyboard piano once. She used to often scream in my face and call me a BTCH if I'd done anything that upset her. Usually these things were over leaving a mess in the kitchen or using her phone charger without us asking, etc. She didn't do these things in front of people and it was often after a build-up of these things. She once forced me against a wall by my throat when I was younger because I accidentally went to the wrong hotel room when we were on holiday. None of us thought anything of it as she always made sure we were fed and gave us everything we needed, always supported us with anything we wanted/needed. My grandparents used to say she was just stressed supporting us on her own, but she never did anything like this in front of them. She would often accuse me of things I haven't done and proceed to behave like this because she just assumed it was something I would do. Usually when she loses something and thinks I took it or she did something and forgot she had done it. He left a window open or left a door unlocked, etc. She often got my older brother involved and they would both team up against me and tell me how disrespectful I was and that I should feel lucky I'm still living at home. This would happen every time he would come to visit and it would be past instances brought up from years ago. That however stopped a few years ago after I refused to be in the house when he would come over to visit because of this. She often uses nice gestures as ammo. A prime example of this was when she gave me money for my birthday towards a new car. She was annoyed about something and got mad at me because she gave me money she didn't have so I could buy a car. I gave the money back to her after and didn't hear anything more about it. Every time she buys me dinner, I hear about it. Every time she drives me somewhere, every time she does something nice for my birthday, every time she's given me money/gift, I always hear about it. However, I also do all of these things for her which she seems to forget. I buy her dinner, I drive her places, give her any money she asks for, lose wages at work to take her to her hospital visits, buy her food she likes, etc. This is all fine because this is what you should do for family and it really shouldn't be used against them. Whenever something irrelevant to me has upset her in any way, I become the brunt of her frustration. She is generally unpleasant and snaps at me, to the point where I feel anxious when I hear a car pull up outside. It has now become a running joke in the family. Why don't you go and have a go at Ella, me, for no reason? She claims she needs the money I give her each month to pay for the house, which is completely okay. However, she is always going on holidays with her friends and always has parcels being delivered of things she buys. I haven't questioned this because I really don't want the stress, but I know I'm struggling to save money and my boyfriend claims she is taking advantage of me. He comes over every Tuesday and he has dinner with us and we always pay for our own dinner. We buy it beforehand and cook it together for us and my mother, as we enjoy doing it together. A couple of times my mother has offered to buy us dinner, we have never asked. This was only 2 times and now this has caused an issue. She has never said anything to him, but she often gets on my back about buying him dinner every night. This was literally twice on that Tuesday and I just don't understand why she is saying this when we have always bought our own dinner on those nights. My boyfriend claims she seems to enjoy complaining at me as she seems to make things up. My mother bought him a steak as a thank you for him for taking the day off work and taking her to her hospital visits for her shoulder. This is also now a problem she complains at me about, further claiming how she bought him a steak and she shouldn't have to buy him food. Again, never breathed a word to him, only on my back about it. When he comes over, we all sit down and have dinner together, chat and whatnot. We go upstairs to watch a film/play a game, etc. My bedroom is the only place in the house where I can do what I want as I have no say anywhere else in the house. I don't see him as often as I would like as I work a lot and so does he, so it's the only place we can just chill out. I can't go to his place as he lives 40 minutes away and I can't afford the fuel to go there and back every Tuesday, and I work much longer hours than he does, so we compromised. This is also a problem with my mother. She tells me we go straight to my pit all night and do nothing, even thought we buy and cook a meal for her and spend time with her on those nights. My boyfriend has now told me that he cannot come over anymore as he can't keep biting him tongue at the way she treats me. Apparently she is rude to me and he will wind up speaking up about it if he continues to witness it, and he doesn't want to cause an argument. I am out of the house for 12 hours Monday Friday working. Sometimes I work Saturdays also. Of course I am expected to help around the house and I try my best, but it never makes her happy. I have to cater my weekends to cleaning just to keep her off my back, but it doesn't always work. She always seems to find something, and honestly, I don't know how she manages to do it. It's always something I never expect, so I panic and try to make sure she can't find anything. Any mess, any of my belongings left somewhere, something I might have forgotten. When she gets angry about things I have forgotten, I try and explain I didn't do it on purpose, but she claims I'm childish and disrespectful. My head is just throbbing constantly and I really struggle to remember things. I try and explain that my anxiety make remembering things difficult, but she doesn't take any notice. I try writing things down, but I forget to write them. I have a lot of things to remember for work, family, friends and personal stuff. It just gets too much. Most weekends she claims she's tired or having a break from things, so she doesn't always help, but God forbid if I done that. At 6 a.m. this morning she berated me because I missed some coffee I spilled on the floor. I thought I had cleaned it all up. She said I was a selfish child and I should feel guilty for being so disrespectful. Hearing her bedroom door open in the morning before work makes my chest feel tight and I start to panic. After years and years of all of this, I think it's finally taking a toll on me. I feel ill all the time, head is always pounding. I sit in my car after work and wait for her to go to bed before I come inside. Whatever I do, be it seeing someone, cleaning, having a shower too late because I worked late, or accidentally staining a t-shirt she bought me, it is always a problem. My boyfriend thinks she is the cause of my anxiety and I need to get out. My doctor had told her in the past when I was a teenager that she is a factor of my anxiety. She proceeded to forbid me to see that doctor again. I've tried calmly talking to her about it several times. She says things will change, but they never do. I really do try and remember things and do my bit, but I struggle and I don't know what else to do to keep her happy. There is much more I could add, but there's so much that she has done and I struggle knowing where to start. I have always had this and assumed it was normal. If anyone could give some insight to this? Is this normal stressed parent behavior? Does everyone have this? What can I do to change things?